Ever catch yourself lost in an endless scroll, feeling like your brain's turning to mush? Maybe you've been on Instagram, thinking it'll just be a minute, but suddenly 2 hours have vanished. This is a problem many of us are quietly dealing with. Let's call it mind drain. It's not a creepy illness from some horror flick, but the result of spending too much time on mindless activities like scrolling social media, binging videos, or getting sucked into clickbait. You know, when you've watched so many TikToks that your thoughts start to feel like they're happening in 15-second clips? That's mind drain setting in. Imagine this. It's a regular Tuesday afternoon, and you're all set to study for an upcoming exam. Your books are laid out, there's a fresh cup of coffee beside you, and your laptop's ready for action. You're determined to have a productive session. Just as you're about to dive into your notes, your phone buzzes with a message a friend has sent you a funny Instagram reel. You think, I'll just take a quick look. You watch the reel, then another, and another. And before you know it, you're deep in the Instagram feed. You've seen a dancing dog, a cooking tip you'll probably never use, and a prank that had you laughing out loud. Suddenly, you realize an hour has slipped away. Your books are untouched, your coffee's cold, and you can't even remember what you were supposed to study. That's mind drain in full swing. You try to get back on track, but focusing is hard. Did you know that after each distraction, it takes about 20 minutes to get your full focus back? Every time you pick up your phone, you're pushing yourself further off course. This doesn't just mess with your study time, it spills into the rest of your day. You decide to grab some lunch, but end up mindlessly scrolling through YouTube while you eat. By the time you finish, another hour is gone. You plan to go for a jog to clear your head, but now you feel too sluggish and unmotivated. Instead of jogging, you collapse on the couch and start a new Netflix series. 3 episodes later, you realize the entire afternoon is gone. The next morning, you wake up feeling groggy because you stayed up late trying to make up for lost time. You drag yourself out of bed, already dreading the day ahead, and the cycle repeats. This might seem over the top, but studies show that excessive internet and social media use can overwhelm our brains. Our minds aren't built to handle the constant barrage of information we face online. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. Researchers have found that heavy internet use actually reduces activity in the brain areas responsible for decision-making and impulse control. This means spending too much time online can change how your brain functions, making it harder to think clearly and make smart decisions. Plus, people who spend a lot of time on social media often experience higher levels of anxiety and depression. Every like, comment, and notification triggers a hit of dopamine, the same chemical that makes you feel good when you eat your favorite food or win a game. It feels great, so you keep coming back for more. But here's the catch: the more you use social media, the more you need to feel the same level of satisfaction. It's like building up a tolerance to a drug. Over time, your brain gets used to these constant dopamine hits, and you start needing more to feel the same effect. This can lead to a digital dependence, where you're constantly checking your phone, looking for the next hit. You start comparing your life to others, wondering why theirs seems so much better. Spoiler alert, it's not. People only post their best moments, the highlights. It's like comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. Social media also wreaks havoc on your attention span. Think about it. You're reading an article, and a notification pops up. You check it, reply to a message, maybe like a few posts, and by the time you get back to the article, you've lost track of what you were reading. This constant interruption trains your brain to get distracted easily. Ironically, social media can also make you feel more isolated. Sure, you're connected to hundreds of people online, but how many of those connections are meaningful? Studies show that the more time you spend on social media, the more likely you are to feel lonely. You're substituting real-life interactions with virtual ones, and it's just not the same. Humans need face-to-face contact, the sound of someone's voice, the expression on their face. But don't worry, it's not all bad news. There are ways to fight back against brain drain. You know that feeling when you're scrolling through Instagram and see your high school friends' vacation photos from some exotic location, and you're sitting on your couch in sweats, surrounded by empty snack wrappers? Total mood killer, right? Here's what you can do. Unfollow the accounts that make you feel bad about yourself. Seriously, you don't need to see Karen's perfect family photos or Jeff's gym selfies every day. Instead, fill your feed with things that make you genuinely happy. Reach out to a friend, go for a walk, join a local group, do things that make you feel truly connected. Imagine this. You're at a coffee shop, and instead of staring at your phone, you strike up a conversation with someone nearby. Maybe they're reading the same book you love, or they have a cute dog. Instant connection, right? Or how about joining a club in your community? It might feel a bit awkward at first, like being the new kid in school again. But soon you'll look forward to these meetings, sharing laughs, and making new memories. Social media can't replace the feeling of real human interaction. Remember the last time you had a deep conversation with a friend over coffee? That sense of truly being understood and connected? You can't get that from liking a post or sharing a meme. So spend more time on activities that require your full attention and bring you joy. Whether it's reading a book, playing a sport, or picking up a new hobby.